Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy C Greasy. I'm just here to present truth to the world, and I come with another powerful message. This is about leadership, what it means to be a true leader, and how to do so. We can't just be floating around in life, guys. We have to have a set agenda for everybody. Try to, at least. That's all we can do. Do our very best. And you already know how I do. I present facts here. So, follow along with your boy, you know what I'm saying? Start off with setting goals, leadership functions, okay? A leader is expected to perform creative function of laying out goals and policies to persuade the subordinates to work with zeal and confidence. So that's where we set up point A to point Z. You got to have step 1 down to step 10, okay? Without 1, you can't get 2. Without 2, you can't get 3. You got to have a beginning and you got to have an end. That's every true leader's starting off with a goal. You got a goal. Now let's construct a plan to get to that goal. Let's go with number 2, organizing. The second function of a leader is to create and shape the organization on scientific lines by assigning roles appropriate to individual abilities with a view to make its various components to operate sensitively towards the achievement of enterprise goals. So, pretty much I already just explained that is organization, then setting up your goals. You got to have a set agenda in order to get somewhere. You can't just live life day to day and not expect to try to get to that level of a beast. You know what I'm saying? So let's go on to number 3, initiating action. The next function of a leader is to take the initiative in all matters of interest to the group. He should not depend upon others for decision and judgment. He should float new ideas, and his decisions should reflect original thinking. Okay? So, if you follow someone, you admire somebody, it's okay to do that. But you don't want to just, you hear something from somebody and you just say it to others as if that's your own line of thinking. That's not what a true leader is. A true leader hears a message but then constructs it to their own life and presents it to their fellow friends in their own constructive way. That's what they mean by original thinking. You think for yourself. You hear something that enlightens you, but you don't copy the entire context of that message. Get what I'm saying? You soak in, absorb that message that inspired you. And from that, you apply it to your life. And then you tell your friends about how not only did that message help, but how it makes sense and the true meaning of that message. Because it's easy to just memorize something and say it and not even know the meaning behind it. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Let's go with number 4. Coordination. A leader has to reconcile the interests of the individual members of the group with that of the organization. He has to ensure voluntary cooperation from the group in realizing the common objectives. So the point of that is, no matter what you do in life, don't just do something just because you like to do it. Try your best to influence others to do whatever that you're trying to do. I'm not saying manipulate people to do what you do, but build up the confidence to persuade people, to let them know whatever you're doing has a meaning behind it. And if that meaning is good, people will follow. That's what true leadership is. True leadership is lonely, y'all. You start off by yourself. By yourself never feels good to anybody. But as long as you have a goal and you got work ethic and will, you can get it done. It ain't impossible. It's not impossible for nobody. So let's go with number 5. Direction and motivation. It is the primary function of a leader to guide and direct his group and motivate people to do their best in the achievement of desired goals. He should build up confidence and zeal in the work group. You cannot preach something and not do it. I don't care what you're doing. Whatever you're doing in life, if you are preaching it, you got to show people on how to do it. Whether you're doing something bad or you're doing something good. If you tweeting stuff, if you putting stuff on Facebook, Instagram, Snap, whatever it is that you are saying, and you're not doing what you're saying, you're not a leader. That's what I call false prophet. Okay? That's what I call fake news, aka Trump. You know what I'm saying? Trump says that all the time. Fake news, fake news. I mean, he ain't wrong. He's not wrong about that. A lot of the media that be trying to get him, fake news. And that's what you're being whenever you're trying to send out a message online to masses of people and you yourself aren't even doing it. Me as a health consultant, if I'm trying to tell people how to work out, how to eat healthy, but then I'm going behind everyone's back and I'm just eating donuts, cake, ice cream, and I'm only doing workouts twice a week, how am I being a true leader and showing everybody how to get the perfect body? Exactly. Number 6, the link between management and workers. A leader works as a necessary link between the management and the workers. He interprets the policies and programs of the management to his subordinates and represents the subordinates' interests before the management. He can prove effective only when he can act as the true guardian of the interests of his subordinates. So, with that, the difference between a boss and a leader: a true leader does the work. A boss will just spew out words and not do it. Even in your own relationship, if you want your girl to not do something, you yourself don't do that either. Same with you, ladies. If you want your man to not do something, you yourself do not do that either. It's called an even playing field. A true leader practices what he preaches. Plain and simple. It's easier said than done. It's very hard to be a leader. Because you got to understand, even whatever you're practicing that you're preaching, you got to do it all the time. The one time you don't do it, it's not okay. Especially if someone who's following you sees that you're doing exactly what you said not to do. People going to feel a certain type of way and they're going to stop following you. Check this out. If you don't believe me, then at least you can listen to my boy David Goggins, okay? My boy David Goggins was an ex-Navy SEAL. I should say is an ex-Navy SEAL. He's also an ex-Green Beret. He also is a beast. And the reason why I say beast is because this man went from his 300-pound life to 183 pounds. Made the Navy SEALs, made the Green Berets. That's 2 whole special op forces in 2 different divisions of the military. Now that type of person, I admire a lot. So therefore, if you don't believe what I say on how to be a true leader, I want y'all to take a listen to him, man. Check him out. Check him out.
Being a leader is sometimes the worst job in the world because you have to put yourself in some of the most uncomfortable situations of all time. For me to tell you to do something and I'm not doing it myself, that's what motivates me now. That's what keeps me going now, is that I have to continue to set the example. I can't talk it, I have to live it. You know, I believe that I can't talk about where I used to be. I used to be this guy that broke pull-up records. I used to be this guy that ran 100 miles, ran 200 miles. I have to still be that guy. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not that guy anymore, I shut up talking about it because it's not me anymore.
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.